هل أتاك حديث الغاشية وجوه يومئذ خاشعة عاملة ناصبة تصلى نارا حامية تسقى من عين آنية ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع.
We've done this injustice to our own. Number one, we've done this injustice to our own. Now here's a strategic plan of action. Brothers and sisters, please listen to this carefully, inshallah. And make up your own strategy. This is just some things that are rattling around in my mind. The religious youth, once they become religious, they create a certain kind of language and culture which automatically cuts themselves off from the not-so-religious youth. And especially cuts themselves off from who? What's that third category? The messed up youth. Completely cuts themselves off. Okay? Who's supposed to reach them? On the one hand, we talk about da'wah to Islam, bringing new Muslims in, which is an obligation. On the other hand, our own are leaving by the floodgates. They're becoming religious by the trickles, and they're leaving by the whole faucet is open. It's gushing out. So it's counterproductive to not be concerned with the loss of our own. With the loss of our own. Now, how do we do this? How do we do this? First and foremost, don't expect the people to come to you. You have to go to the people. You have to do that. You have to start thinking like that. And you know where the people are? Let me tell you where the people are. They're not in nice places. They're at the shisha place. They're at the pool place. They're playing at the ballpark where the guys use foul language all the time. Right? They're at those places. I'm not saying you become one of them, but you know what? Those are the members of this ummah. And when they said, La ilaha illallah at any point in their life, they become more beloved to me than what blood makes, the connection that I'm formed with blood. This is thicker than blood. We are concerned about them. We love them for the sake of Allah. We start thinking in terms of amr bil ma'ruf and nahi 'anil munkar. We start bashing and, cursing the Muslims who sell alcohol or who own these haram businesses or that do haram things on the internet, etc., etc. Did anybody stop to think, maybe I should try and save this person? What if this person was your brother? What if this person was your neighbor? What if it was your best friend? Would you just hate on them just like that? Right? We don't have love for this ummah. We're too quick to pass judgment on them. We have to, find a way to start pulling them in slowly. Pulling them, and you can't do that until you treat people like human beings. You can't do that. If you treat them like evildoers, or just, this labeled fasiq or, deviant or whatever else, their aqidah is messed up, forget them. No. These are the assets of this ummah. Allah gave them the blessing of La ilaha illallah because Allah sees something in them. And Allah gave us whatever He gave us, whatever concern He gave us, because He expects us to do something with it. He expects something out of us. So this is the first thing I want to, at least, there should be a discussion in your circles. I can't give you the answers, I can at least give you the problem. In your own circles, there needs to be a discussion. How do we reach out to these youth? How do we work with them? I'll give you a couple of interesting stories. There was a youth group, I won't mention where it was, that, had messed up kids too. Because they used to play basketball, and they used to go out and hang out later on, eat at the restaurant. Nothing religious for a while. And the guy running the youth group was very religious. And I told them, just run the group, man. Just don't worry about teaching them anything. Just run the thing. Right? And the masjid has a ball gym, a basketball gym. So they come in and they play ball, they're playing late at night, they're using filthy language in the masjid gym. If an uncle sees it, especially a desi uncle, what's going to happen? Oh, forget about it. Yeah, so he's like, get out of here, and don't come back. Hey, what kind of masjid? Right? Now, tell me this guy with tattoos all over his body, rings in places you wouldn't want, playing basketball, you curse him out, where's he going to go? What's the next step? If he's not here, he's at the club. He's somewhere else. At least he's here. At least he'll hear the adhan for Maghrib. Maybe he might even join us for Salat one day, in a few weeks. Maybe. But somebody has to treat this person like what first? A person, a human being. Learn to first develop the family relations. If you are studying the deen and you're destroying family relations at the same time, your priorities are somewhere they shouldn't be. You need to fix family ties. This is a fundamental of our religion. It's a fundamental premise of our deen. And now let me tell you the last thing I want to share with you about my rant, about how there's this dichotomy. You don't have to raise your hands. I'm gonna stereotype all of you anyway. I've already stereotyped you as the weirdos in your family. Why would Allah put you in that family anyway? Why wouldn't He put you like in Abu Hanifa's family or like Imam Shafi's lineage where all your uncles are hufad of Quran and muhaddithun? Why do you have a sister that's so nasty? Why do you have a brother that's, oh my God, I don't believe this guy? Why do you have cousins that are just completely on a different planet? If they were not family, you would have never met them. You would never even want to look at them. They're so different from you. And that's, to me, this is my deviant understanding, is exactly the point. Allah Azza wa Jal made us family with people so we could become Islam's ambassadors to them because nobody else was going to reach to them. Who was going to reach to them? We were. When I'm giving a speech to you guys, you're actually here to listen to me. Let me try giving the speech to my cousin. Let me try giving it to my uncle. Let me try giving it to my mother. How's it going to go? Acha boy. That's in Urdu. Or be quiet. Right? Get out of here. It's just you. Sheikh Yasir. His parents came and I was really honored. He came and he told me that you came to see me. I was like, he didn't come to see you. He goes, it's just me. Right? Family is family. It's just family. So you will get overlooked. You may have a lot of respect. You're running the halaqah. You're the MSA president. You're the khatib. You're this, you're that. You're the qabila, the emir of the qabila. You're the guy that went to Ilm Summit from the community, but you're nothing in the family. You're nothing. Get used to that. Make da'i as a nothing. Make da'wah as a nothing, rather. Learn to take the hits. Learn to take the insults and live with them. Pull people out slowly. Change their behavior towards you. Be the best to your family, and that is the da'wah of Islam. They don't need your speech. They don't need the notes from this class. They don't need the notes from the entire summit. Your family doesn't care for them. They don't. You know what they need? They need you to go home without asking. You vacuum the house for your parents. You do the groceries. You buy around some flowers. You do stuff without even asking. Your dad always wants you to get better grades. You focus on that one class to show your daddy you got those better grades. Not for the grades, but for your father, because making your father happy will serve your deen in the end. Think long term. To your problem is that they're becoming self-righteous without realizing it. What does that mean? They see other Muslims that are in the rut. They see other Muslims that are in the haram, and they assume somehow that they are what? They're better, or at least they're not doing that. Astaghfirullah, I wouldn't associate with those people. Where were you 2 years ago? Were you not there? Who pulled you out? Right? Who pulled you out? Allah Azza wa Jal mentions this in the Quran. The ayat of the journey of this ummah. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ حَقَّ تُقَاتِهِ وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Taqwa was the first thing. You developed taqwa inside you that brought you to this concern about not dying unless you are what? Unless you're a Muslim. And then what held you on to this taqwa was the next step. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا. But then when you hold on to this rope, which is the book of Allah, what is the next instruction? وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Don't divide among yourself. What did we make as an easy observation about religious youth? What happens when they get religious immediately? Division is the first thing that's associated with them. لَا تَفَرَّقُوا. وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ. You know what should be the public discourse? Here's the ayah. Make mention of the favor of Allah upon you. Be positive. Make mention of the favor of Allah upon you. إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ إِخْوَانًا وَكُنْتُمْ عَلَى شَفَا حُفْرَةٍ مِّنَ النَّارِ. You all were at the very edge of hell. That's where you were. فَأَنْقَذَكُمْ مِنْهَا. Then He rescued you from it. Allah rescued you. So Allah is the one who rescued you. So instead of looking down upon the next, find a way to rescue them. You know, last story I'll give you, and I'm done, inshallah ta'ala. One of my heroes in the country as far as da'wah is concerned, and real genuine concern. We should learn something from this brother. is Brother Eddie from the Dean Show. He says corny things sometimes, and that's part of his deal, you know. It's all good though. But if you hang out with this guy, he is a da'wah machine. This guy is incredible. He is absolutely incredible. He doesn't see, oh man, what's this guy gonna think? What's that guy gonna think? I'm gonna talk to them about Islam. He will talk to everyone. I mean, I was walking down the street with him, and there's this guy in a wheelchair, and we're just waiting, just standing there waiting to cross the street. He turns over, man, don't you think we should just worship one God? And the guy's like, yeah, of course. And he goes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. People just worry about themselves. They don't worry about the one who created them. Don't you think so? He goes, yeah, I do. And they just have a 5-minute conversation. And he says, here's my number. I want you to come over. By the way, this is Islam. This is when you really worship one God. Well, who of us would have the courage to just start a conversation? We're like, man, this guy's going to curse me out. He's going to stab me. If you're in New York, then, right? What else might happen? But subhanAllah, he doesn't see, what might happen. He sees that he has a message to deliver. Genuine concern. Genuinely concerned. His tenant, he's in a building, and his tenants are some of these guys that are they work out and stuff, and they do that jujitsu stuff.